Hey everyone, welcome. This is going to be a little different. This is going to be about the hangar. Um, just to let everybody know, when I started working on building the sling, um, it wasn't my first thought of building an airplane. This is just a little bit of the executive port that I got and the size and whatnot. Um, I originally was interested in building. If you guys remember, there was a Raptor project, and it, it was several years ago, and it just kind of evolved into just kind of a hot mess at the end. So when that was ending, I eventually got out of that project, but I bought into what the premise was at the beginning, and the more I learned about what the plane could and couldn't do and whatnot, it just became less of a realistic option. Because of that, I put my name on a waiting list for a hangar at the Rocky Mountain Metro Airport, or KBJC, just about 8 years ago at this point in time. And I am nowhere close to being at the bottom of the list. I think the last time I looked, the closest one I was at was like number 45 on the wait list. And the person in the first position was a full year ahead of me as far as timeline. So knowing that a county hangar was just not going to be something that was in the cards, I put up a little alert on Craigslist to send me a note when something became available that was in a private hangar. And fortunately enough, or fortunately well enough, a couple months ago, a gentleman put his one of his porta ports up for sale. It's in a great location. It's right on the main drag where all the corporate hangars go in and out, and so it's plowed first. But there's definitely a little bit of work that needed to happen. I was working on installing the lights, ran out of a few parts, so I needed to head over to the hardware store and get a few more items. But the first order of business in the hangar was to get it wired up. There was uh, one outlet and then a bit of a jury rigged system in there that actually, believe it or not, used a suicide plug to activate all of the systems, and that's just not going to work for me. I'd like to have things at least somewhat tidy and done properly. So I went out and bought all of the equipment or material to put in several outlets. So I've got one, two, three, four, five outlets, and then bought some nice LEDs to put throughout the hangar. It's the first time that I've worked with this metal clad wiring, which was actually not terrible. Just some different material parts to do the connection. And it worked really well to be able to just run that. So there's three different zones of lighting. There's the left side of the hangar, the right side of the hangar, and the center. Center has obviously got more lights, and that's my first time turning it on right here. And you see the floors pretty well. I don't know, worn, lots of oil stains and whatnot. And the hangar really hadn't been cleaned in probably forever. Probably like an inch of dust or something like that on everything. So power washed the hangar and then vacuumed it really well. The one thing that's kind of a bummer about all the porta ports at Metro, at least that I'm aware of, is there's typically some water issues where the slope doesn't drain correctly, so it just drains. Some of the hangars get actually a fair amount of water in it. This hangar doesn't seem to have that much of a problem. There was a rainstorm right around the time that I bought it, and I poked my head in there and checked it out. But nevertheless, that's something that I'll definitely be working on. And in the meantime, I wanted to get a little nicer floor down that I can work on what I'm finishing the airplane in here. So I've been going through and putting this vinyl floor in. It's not inexpensive. There's a fair amount of money that I'm putting into this, but I own the hangar. I'm leasing the land, so there's a land lease that's associated with it, which is very, very nominal. And then I've got to cover the insurance for the hangar. Um, but because I own the hangar, I'm going to go through and do some improvements for it. One of the other things that I do want to do is put some insulation because uh, the metal panels on the side are basically one giant heat sink. So that's one of the things on the list to do. But anyway, just a quick break from the sling build for this, and we'll see the airplane in here hopefully in the next few weeks. Thanks.